So do you also regularly conduct meetings using Zoom? Then this video is definitely for you. So hello all, welcome back to Pabbly, and in this video we are going to understand how to add Zoom attendees to Brevo automatically. So like you, I also regularly conduct meetings and webinars using Zoom. And now what I want is that as soon as a new registrant registers for my meeting on Zoom, I want to create a Brevo contact for the same so that we can nurture them. So to do this, we are simply going to create a connection between Zoom and Brevo, and we're going to create this connection without knowing any programming or coding language using an amazing automation software which is Pabbly Connect. So if you also want to create this amazing automation for your own business, then for that you have to come with me towards my screen. Welcome to my screen everyone. So let's begin setting up the connection between Zoom and Brevo. So to do this, I'm just going to open a new tab and I'm just going to search for the landing page of Pabbly Connect simply by typing pabbly.com/connect in my browser. Now it is opening the landing page of Pabbly Connect, using which we're going to create a connection between Zoom and Brevo. But before we move on further and create this connection, I'll just show you something really helpful. This is the Pabbly community where automation users, business owners and marketers connect. Pabbly community is a space where users share their ideas, workflows, solutions and doubts. So if you're stuck at any step, the community is a great resource for guidance. And if you also want to join this amazing community, the link is given in the description box below. Make sure to check it out. Alright, I'm just going to go back towards the landing page of Pabbly Connect, and right now our Independence Day sale is going on. And right now we are offering a heavy discount on Pabbly Connect. So if you wish, you can definitely purchase Pabbly Connect today. Alright, without wasting any more time, let's create this automation. So for that, we have two options on the landing page. One is sign in and the another one is sign up for free. So if you are a new user, you can simply click on this sign up for free and you're going to get 100 hours free every month to explore the application. But over here, I am an existing user, so I'm simply going to click on this button which says sign in. And once I'm just going to click on this sign in, it is opening all Pabbly apps, and over you're going to see all the tools and applications offered by Pabbly. But in today's video, we are going to use Pabbly Connect because we are connecting different applications. So I'm simply going to click on this access now right over here to access my Pabbly Connect account. And now it is opening the dashboard of my Pabbly Connect account, and to get started, I'm just going to simply click on this button which says create workflow. And now it is asking me to select the workflow builder, the new one or the classic one. So the new workflow builder is faster, flexible and ideal for those who want a modern interface, while the classic one on the other hand is stable, has a familiar approach, and ideal for those who want to try it and test it setup. So you can use any one of this. I'm just going to use this new one, so I'm just going to go towards the select of the new one. Now I'm just going to simply enter the name of my workflow right over here, which is add Zoom attendees to Brevo automatically. Now I'm just going to simply select the folder which is automations. So you can also create multiple folders. You simply have to go towards this create new folder button and create your own, and after creating the folder, you can simply save your workflows in those folders. If you wish, you can definitely save it in home also. Now I'm just going to move in further and click on this button which says create. And once I'm just going to click on this create, it is going to open the most important window of our automation, which is our workflow window. So this is the most important window because we have trigger and action in this. Trigger and actions are the two main principles on which our workflow is going to run. Trigger means when this happens and action means do this. So by this you can understand that the trigger starts the process and the actions are results towards the same. Alright, I'm just going to simply go towards this add trigger button, and now I'm just going to simply select my trigger application which is Zoom. So I'm just going to search for Zoom and then I'm just going to simply select it. Now for the event, I'm just going to simply select configure webhook and click on this connect. Now in order to create a connection between Zoom and Pabbly Connect, I'm just going to open my Zoom account. But before doing this, if you have already created this connection, you can simply go towards this select existing connection and then save. But if you haven't, you have to follow me, come to add a new connection and then open Zoom. And after opening your account, you have to go towards this left end of the side towards this advanced, and after going towards this advanced, you have to go towards this app marketplace. And after coming over here towards this app marketplace, you simply have to hover on this develop and then build app. So we're just going to build an app which will be a general app. So I'm just going to go towards this general app and click on this create. Once I'm just going to click on this create, I'm just going to first name this app. So I'm just going to simply name this as Zoom to Brevo. And after naming this app, I'm just going to move in further. I'm just going to scroll right over here, and as you can see, it is asking me for the auth redirect URL. So from where we're just going to get this redirect URL. For that, you simply have to open your workflow, and over here is the hyperlink over this learn more. So I'm just going to simply click on this learn more, and it is going to open the forum window of Pabbly, and over here going to see the steps to authorize Zoom and Pabbly Connect. So you can simply read all of these steps and connect your Zoom account with Pabbly Connect, and over here going to see you're also going to get this auth redirect URL. So yes, you simply have to copy this URL right from here, and then you simply have to paste it in this auth redirect URL field. And once you paste it over here, automatically this auth allow list is also going to change. And what you have to do is, after doing this, you simply have to click on this continue. And once we click on this continue, over here is the secret token. So I'm just going to simply copy this secret token. Then I'm just going to simply open my workflow, and I'm just going to paste this token right over here and click on this button which says save. And with this, we have partially connected our Zoom account with Pabbly Connect. And now in order to complete the connection, I'm just going to simply add this webhook URL in this app. So to do this, I'm just going to simply copy this webhook URL, open my app, and then I'm just going to scroll. So I'm just going to scroll, and as you can see the option of this event subscription. So I'm just going to simply switch it on and go towards this add new event subscription. And now it is asking me to choose the method. So I'm just going to simply select it as webhook. For the subscription name, I'm just going to keep it as Pabbly test. Now for the event, I'm just going to go towards this add event. And over here in the event, I'm just going to simply select it as new registration created. So I'm just going to look for the new registration created, and as you can see the same right over here, which is meeting registration has been created. So I'm just going to simply select it and click on this done. And once I'm just going to click on this done, it is saying event notification endpoint URL. So I'm just going to simply paste that URL, which is the webhook URL. And I'm just going to simply click on this button which says save. And with this, we have successfully created this. Now what I'm just going to do is, I'm just going to click on this continue, and we're just going to click on this continue till we reach this local test. And after coming over here towards this local test, we have to scroll and click on this add app now. And once we click on this add app now, Pabbly is asking me for some permissions. So I'm just going to simply click on this allow and give Pabbly all the permissions. And once we click on this allow, yes, you can see now instead of add app, now it is saying remove app. So with this, we have successfully created the app and also added this app in our Zoom account. So this means that we have successfully created a connection between Pabbly Connect and Zoom. But now it is saying waiting for webhook response. So we have to capture this webhook response in order to complete this. So what I'm just going to do is, I'm just going to simply go back towards my Zoom. I'm just going to go back towards this meeting section, and after coming over here towards this meetings, I'm just going to simply look for the meeting for which I want to create this automation. So this is the meeting for which I want to create this automation. So I'm just going to simply open it, and as you can see over here in the registrants, these are the registrants which are already registered in this meeting. All right, so I'm just going to go back, and what we have to do is we have to go towards this details, and this is the registration link. So I'm just going to simply copy this registration link, open it in a new tab, and I'm just going to register for this. So what I'm just going to do is, I'm just going to simply enter all of my details. So the first name, I'm just going to simply enter new, last name as user, email as new@pabblytuts.com. Now for the phone number, I'm just going to simply enter the phone number and click on this button which says register. And once we click on this register, it is saying you have successfully registered. And with this, we have successfully registered. All right, so now I'm just going to open my workflow, and as you can see that Pabbly has captured the response for the same, be it the phone number, be it the last name, be it the first name, or the email address. Pabbly has successfully captured the details of the new registrant, and with this, we have successfully completed our trigger step, which is Zoom. And now I'm just going to simply add this new registrant into my list, which is named Zoom attendees, and I'm just going to simply add this registrant into Brevo. So I'm just going to go towards this add new action step, and now for the action application, I'm just going to simply select it as Brevo. So I'm just going to search for Brevo and select it. For the event, I'm just going to simply select it as create or update a contact and click on this connect. Once again, in order to create a connection between Brevo and Pabbly Connect, I'm just going to go towards this add a new connection, and over here we're just going to simply click on this hyperlink, which is SMTP and API. And once we click on this hyperlink, yes, it is directly opening my SMTP and API page. And yes, why it was so easy? Because I have already logged in my Brevo account before starting with this automation. So you have to keep in mind that you have to log in your applications before starting with the automation. It makes the procedure easy. All right, now I'm just going to simply go towards this generate new API key. I'm just going to simply name my API key as Zoom right over here and click on this generate. And as you can see that my API key has been generated, so I'm just going to simply copy this API key and click on this OK. Now I'm just going to simply paste this API key in my workflow. So I'm just going to first open my workflow, and I'm just going to simply paste this API key. And after pasting this API key, I'm just going to click on this button which says save. And once I'm just going to click on this save, with this we have successfully created a connection between Pabbly Connect and Brevo. And And now what I'm just going to do is I'm just going to simply add the email address. So I'm just going to simply type the email address, but we are not going to type it manually like this, but instead I'm just going to simply map it. So you must be wondering what is mapping. So mapping is a method by Pabbly which means inserting the data from the previous step. And when we insert the data from the previous step, automatically our data becomes dynamic and change with every new response received. So I'm just going to simply look for the email and map it right over here. It is saying, do you want to use email blacklisted? I'm just going to keep it as true. And now it is saying, do you want to use SMS blacklisted? I'm just going to keep it as true. Now we are just going to move on further. It is asking me for the list. So as you can see that I have already created this list in my Brevo account, and I'm just going to simply add the Zoom attendees in this list only. Alright, so I'm just going to simply select the same list right over here, which is Zoom attendees. And now it is saying update enabled. I'm just going to keep it as true. Now we're just going to fill in the details which are required, like this last name. So I'm just going to look for the last name and fill in this last name. And then we're just going to simply move on further and fill in this first name. I'm just going to search for it and fill it in. Now after entering this first name, last name and the details which were required, I'm just going to move on further and click on this save and send test request. If you wish, you can definitely fill out the rest of the details which are not required, like the SMS, WhatsApp and the rest. And also you can definitely fill out the LinkedIn ID, job title and some more details too. I'm just going to simply fill in the details which are required, click on save and send test request, and in the response we have received this ID. So this means that we have successfully created a new contact or updated a contact in Brevo. Alright, so I'm just going to simply go towards my Brevo, and as you can see in this list we only have a single contact. So I'm just going to simply refresh it, and once I'm just going to refresh it, yes, you can see now we have two. This is the contact name, this is the first name, last name, and also I'm just going to simply show you the email address. So I'm just going to open it, and as you can see that this is the email address, and with this we have successfully completed our workflow. But now I'm just going to test this in real time. So I'm just going to register once again, but this time I'm just going to register with the new details. Alright, so I'm just going to simply open this registration page, and this time I'm just going to register as dumb user. So I'm just going to simply enter all of these details right over here, and after entering all of these details, I'm just going to simply click on this register, and once I'm just going to click on this register, it is saying you have successfully registered. Alright, so now what I'm just going to do is I'm just going to directly open my Brevo, and then I'm just going to go back towards this list section, and over here I'm just going to simply open this list, and as you can see the contacts have turned into 3. Alright, so I'm just going to simply open the list. So I'm just going to simply open it right over here, and as you can see the same name, same email, and the rest of the details are also same. So with this we have successfully completed our workflow, and now what is going to happen is that whenever we receive a new registration from Zoom, automatically a new contact will be created in Brevo, that too within seconds and in real time. Yes, you can see 1 minute ago this contact has been created. So yes, you can see that with this we have successfully completed our workflow. And now go try this amazing automation for your own business too, because right now we are offering a free trial of Pabbly Connect. And while trying, if you have any questions related to the video or the workflow, you can directly comment on this video. See you in the next video with many more automation tips. Till then, if you wish, the workflow link is attached in the description box below. You can check out my workflow too. Thank you for watching, everyone. So not only these applications, but with the help of Pabbly Connect, you can connect many more applications. So now if you have any doubts, you can reach us at support@pabbly.com. If you have any queries, you can reach us at forum.pabbly.com, and if you have any pricing related issues, you can follow this URL. And now go try this amazing automation for your own business too, because right now we are offering a free trial of Pabbly Connect.